Well, to discuss the legacy and impact of the Accords, Khaled Diab, author of the new book, Islam for the Politically Incorrect, joins us now from the Tunisian capital, Tunis. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Who, in your opinion, were the real winners of the Camp David Accords? Because by most accounts, they did nothing to resolve the region's core conflict between Israel and Palestine.
Well, the Camp David Accords were significant historically, and they had a huge impact on the modus operandi of the Arab-Israeli conflict. It shifted the focus away, for all its faults. I mean, it was a faulty document, but for all its faults, it shifted the focus away from military solutions towards the idea of political settlements. So that was the most significant impact and legacy of the Camp David Accords. Now, of course, it didn't have a direct and immediate impact on the Israeli-Palestinian front for numerous reasons, mainly due to Israeli intransigence and Arab intransigence. On the Israeli side, Menachem Begin did not wish to involve the Palestinians in the Camp David Accords, even though the Egyptians at first insisted on this. And on the Arab side, the PLO, with backing from most of the Arab League, or with the backing of the Arab League, decided that this was unacceptable, and they reiterated the three no's that had been delivered earlier after the 67 defeat.
It's interesting, though, because it's been 40 years, and today you'll hear some say that the Camp David Accords can only really survive as long as some sort of dictatorship is in charge in Egypt. Do you think that's true?
No, I don't think that's true, because we've already been proven otherwise. The Muslim Brotherhood insisted for years, while they were in opposition and protest, that they would tear up the Camp David Accords as soon as they gained power. When they gained power, Mohammed Morsi did not tear up the Accords. He safeguarded them, and in fact he even had amicable relationships with Shimon Peres, for example. So critics of the Camp David Accords, and there are many reasons to criticize them, don't have and don't present a viable alternative to them. The only alternative they present is that they would, tear them up. But nobody, once they gain power, actually does that.
So really, these accords were the best that could be done, especially given the resistance to finding or working in a mutually beneficial relationship with Israel. They
weren't the absolute best that could have been achieved. It could have been much better had the Egyptians engaged the Arab side better, had the Americans put more pressure on the Israelis. Then it could have been a comprehensive deal, and that was a missed opportunity. And sadly, repeatedly, both the Arab and the Israeli side of this conflict have missed opportunities that they later regret. The 1970s were a huge opportunity, to draw a line under this conflict and move into an era of peace. But sadly, neither the Israelis nor the wider Arab world were yet ready for this. And, what Camp David could have achieved, they tried with Oslo, but by that stage, it was far too late.
Right. Okay. Khaled Diab, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for speaking to us there live from Tunis.